Welcome! Mindfulness is quite a popular topic nowadays, but what is it actually about? We'll look at that today. Furthermore, on this channel we recently talked a lot about stress, and mindfulness can be quite a useful tool in dealing with stress. Today we'll also take a look on how that works. Mindfulness can probably be best described as a state of mind. And what's most significant about this state of mind is that we are consciously present in the current moment, that we consciously observe and experience the here and now. To better understand what this means, you can perform a small exercise. Set a 5-minute timer. Sit down comfortably, close your eyes, and for 5 minutes, just observe your breathing. Feel the air flowing in through your nose. Feel how your chest and belly inflate on the in-breath, how they deflate on the out-breath, how the air moves out through your nose, and just do that for 5 minutes. It'll probably be just a few seconds before you notice your mind getting bored and looking for distractions, and before a lot of thoughts come rushing in, memories and things from your past you still think about, your plans and uncertainties for the future, and all those thoughts pull your attention away from the observation of your breathing. And you are no longer present in the current moment, but rather you are lost in the past and in the future. And that's a phenomenon we experience throughout our entire day. During pretty much any activity we perform, our mind is actually somewhere else. And in mindfulness exercises, in different kinds of meditation, we try to learn to keep our mind, to keep our attention in the present, in the current moment. We try to just let those thoughts move past and to return to, for example, the observation of our breath. This doesn't mean that we block or suppress those thoughts. We consciously observe which thoughts appear in our minds and what all those thoughts and ideas are about, but we don't get into them, we don't follow up on them, we just notice them and then we let them pass by, move along, and we gently return our attention to the observation of our breathing. Mindfulness is trained in such exercises, in different types of meditation. There's the observation of your breath, and there's also the body scan. The body scan is quite popular, where you try to focus on different parts of your body and consciously observe your body. There are also specific forms of yoga, and those exercises, those meditations are used to train your mindfulness, but the idea is that you learn to stay in a state of mindfulness throughout the day and keep your mind in the present moment. Another important aspect of mindfulness is not to judge. Even though we aren't aware of it, we filter our perceptions for things we like, things we dislike, and we discard everything else. And if we practice mindfulness, we try not to judge. We try to just observe and experience the current moment without quickly passing judgment and then having our mind wander off. Mindfulness is a concept that is derived from Buddhist teachings. However, you can practice mindfulness without any relation to religious teachings. One person who was very important for making mindfulness popular in the West is Jon Kabat-Zinn. Kabat-Zinn founded the Stress Reduction Clinic that is part of the University of Massachusetts Medical Center. In that stress reduction clinic, mindfulness is used to help patients who are severely ill, who often suffer from chronic pain, to better deal with their situations. For that, Jon Kabat-Zinn developed a program called Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction, MBSR for short. And MBSR has become quite popular. It has spread to several countries, and it has become quite a popular tool for dealing with stress. So why can mindfulness be used against stress? The actual goal, the actual objective of mindfulness practice is to obtain and to cultivate a mindful state of mind. But reduction of stress is kind of a desirable side effect. Think about it. All your fears and worries and uncertainties, where are they located? Usually in the past or in the future, seldom in the current moment. So if you consciously live in the current moment, you can detach yourself from those to some extent. Imagine you could just consciously eat your lunch without living through that unpleasant conversation with your superior again. Imagine you could just consciously walk down the street without having all those tasks you still need to perform that day on your mind. This would take a lot of pressure out of your day. Furthermore, a big problem regarding stress is that we kind of lose contact to ourselves. We don't recognize our own needs anymore. We push ourselves too hard without even noticing it. And we don't realize that there is a problem until a big breakdown occurs. And if you cultivate a mindful state of mind, it'll be much easier to notice such problems and to prevent such problems. The actual mindfulness exercises, the actual meditation is also not intended as a relaxation technique, but a lot of people experience meditation as quite calming and relaxing. So if you perform those exercises regularly, you can establish moments of peace and relaxation in your everyday life. In my small series, How to Deal with Stress, I presented a classic approach to stress management to you. Mindfulness works very well in combination with such a classic approach. For example, I frequently asked you in my videos to consciously notice, consciously observe something, to become aware of something. For example, to consciously experience when you are under stress, or to consciously experience relaxation and recreation, or to become aware of your thoughts in stressful situations. And if you practice mindfulness and meditate regularly, it will be easier for you to consciously observe such things. And also I recommended that you learn a relaxation technique such as progressive muscle relaxation or autogenic training. And if during mindfulness exercises during meditation, you are used to be consciously aware of your body and to observe your body. This will help you to learn such relaxation techniques more easily. So if you want to consciously deal with the stress in your life, if maybe you have noticed that stress level is too high, I know you're trying to make adjustments, mindfulness and MBSR can be useful tools for you. Jon Kabat-Zinn has written several books on mindfulness. Wherever you go, there you are is a popular one that gives a lot of explanation on what mindfulness is and how you can practice mindfulness. Furthermore, you can of course take part in a MBSR course, and there are also several videos on YouTube where you have guided mindfulness exercises. I will put one by Jon Kabat-Zinn himself in the video description. Let me know in the comments what you think about mindfulness and what experiences you maybe have with it. If this is an interesting topic for you, I will probably deal with it more extensively in future videos. For now, thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you next time.